and welcome back to another edition of Tool Tech Tuesday. Tonight, that's right, we got another addition to our PrimeWeld family. You guys know the past couple of weeks I've been wanting to change things up as far as my welding station. You know the MIG welder is going to be going away eventually, and I picked up the Vulcan cart last week and put the TIG welder on there, got everything set up the way I want it. Tonight we are going to be unboxing and using the PrimeWeld Cut 60 plasma cutter. It's just one of the things that I've been wanting to do, kind of had on my bucket list for a long time, is to have a welding station. And it's just been one of those things I've been wanting to do, as far as having everything readily available right there in one station. Whether I want to cut it, weld it, dig it, whatever it is, I'm able to do that with one unit, roll it out, and that's it. So right now, let's go ahead and get the PrimeWeld Cut 60 unboxed, see what's in there, and put it to work for just a little while. All right, first open up your box, you have your manual. Just like on the TIG welder, it's a nice manual. I'm sure everything inside here is put together very nice, just like it was on the TIG welder. The TIG welder had a multitude of instructions on setup, to welding, to thickness of tungsten to use, filler rod to use, as far as what metal to use, your gas, your amperage, everything in there. As far as the Cut 60, pretty much the same thing, goes through a description, parts breakdown, electrical breakdown, and then it does have a cut reference in the back there on what pressures to use and what amperage to use. Packaging is second to none with PrimeWeld. They got a nice welded foam clamshell that they use. All right, with the unit out of the box, you do have a regulator up front with your air gauge. You got your voltage control, and you do have your post flow, how long you want your air to flow after you let off the trigger. It does have a 2T and 4T operation, and it also does have a set air operation where you can push that button, set the air, or the air will start flowing, and you can sit and turn your air compressor or air pressure wherever you want. First box is going to be the torch head itself. These are the Temco, I believe is how you pronounce the name. Just has standard consumables in it. And then it does come with another torch set and a tool. Next box is going to be your fancy dancy welding hood and a wire brush in there. These welding hoods are pretty cheap, kind of almost useless, but one thing I will say about it, if you have somebody with you, it's something good to have on hand. If you don't have another hood, you're showing somebody something or somebody's showing you something, you can grab this and just hold it there and use this instead of while you're watching, instead of having to have a hood on. This is a dual voltage. You can use it for 220 or 110, and they do include that pigtail. You got your ground clamp, the DINS 35. Standard ground clamp, just like what was on the TIG welder. I'm going to go ahead and get this set up on my cart, and then we'll do some cutting with it. All right, one of the things that I failed to mention that I think was really important is, if you look on the back here, it is set up and ready to run on a CNC plasma table. With the change of a gun, you can set this up on your plasma table and be ready to go. And that's something that I am looking at very seriously in the future, is setting up a plasma table. Another thing here is the air input. It does not come with the air-water separator, so I'm going to go ahead and pick that up in the near future. But for tonight, I do not have any extra ones. I'm just going to go ahead and hook it up there, and we're going to run with it. So right now, we'll go ahead and get the rest of the unit set up. There's the unit beside the TIG welder on top of the cart. I was wrong on the gun. It's an IPT 60. The Tecmo is actually what I was thinking of. Consumables will fit on it, and it does have a standoff. I am more used to the Tecmo standoffs and consumables that I use at work, so I'm probably going to pick up a set of those relatively soon and slide those on there. So right now, let's go ahead and get this set up and try it out and see how it works. All right, ground clamp is a breeze. Like I said, it is a DINS 35. Just put it in there and tighten it up. As far as the plasma torch itself, it does come with a protective cap on it. Just go ahead and unscrew that. Throw that away. Or keep it. If you ever want to store things away, it might be a good idea to go ahead and keep that. That way you can put that back on there and protect your end when it's stored. So next, just it does have this little tab right in there, and it is keyable right here. So we'll go ahead and put this in and tighten everything up. We're set up and ready to go. All right, with the unit turned on, got the air hooked up in the back, we can go ahead and hit set air. As you can see right there, we're set at 60 pounds. We pull that out and actually turn that up. We'll set that at 70 pounds. The reason we do it that way is because once you pull that trigger, that air is going to drop, and that is actually going to be your working pressure. And if you just turn it up to say 70 pounds without doing the set air, you can see when we turn that up, turn that off, that actually goes up to 85 pounds. So your working pressure is going to be 75 pounds, and your stand pressure, or your 70 pounds, and your standby pressure is actually 85 pounds. You don't want to go over 120 psi. That is maxing out the unit. So we'll go ahead and turn this up. We're going to go ahead and go up to about 47, 50 amps. Go for a 10-second post flow. Go over there and cut some steel. All right, this is just a standard piece of 1/4 inch. We'll go ahead and see how it does with that. It blows through that pretty quick. You can see there is just a little bit of slag on the back side of that, but that's just because I was going pretty fast. I'll go ahead and cut a piece of that off with a little bit of length. Those are 2 pieces of 1/4 inch. I just stacked them up to make 1/2 inch. Go ahead and turn the plasma cutter up to 60 amps. Got just a little bit of slag right there, but not too bad. I'm gonna move it out and try it one more time at 1/2 inch. That's what the machine is set at, is 1/2 inch. That's what it's supposed to cut pretty easy. For me, I don't know that I'll ever be doing 1/2 inch. Very seldom. It's gonna be a lot of sheet metal, cutting stuff off of trucks, frames, or what have you, and a lot of that stuff is pretty thin. That's a little bit better right there. Move just a little bit slower, and it actually cut that off there pretty good. You can see that's pretty nice. Back up just a little bit. Pretty nice straight, or not straight by any means, but nice striations within the cut. I moved a little bit slower on that, and it cut that 1/2 inch pretty easy. Just a little bit of slag on the bottom, which will easily knock off with either a slag hammer or your grinder. Right here's a piece of 1/8 inch. This is going to be more what I'm going to be working with most of the time. Maybe just a little bit thicker. It'll be 1/4 inch a lot of times on the frames, or 1/8 inch, 1/8 to 1/4. So pretty much this is what's going to make me happy. So we'll go ahead and try this piece of 1/8 inch and see what happens. You see the back side of that cut piece, there's very little slag there, but for the most part, pretty nice clean cut. There's the other piece right there. Minimal slag on that one. All right, all in all, the PrimeWeld Cut 60, I'm very pleased with it. Even the consumables, this type of standoff, I didn't really have an issue with it. I've never really used this type. At work, we have the Temco style. It's just a completely different standoff from what this is. But yeah, I didn't hate it. It was actually pretty nice. It was easy to set up as far as where your cut line is and where your edge is. It's pretty easy to set up on this because you got your same diameter all the way pretty much down on the ones at work. It's a different, where you have your standoff for your tip and your edges, it's completely different. You got to measure. I mean, we have it set now. But this one here is pretty much self-explanatory from the outside edge of the ring right there to the center. That's where you set up your straight edge if you so choose to have one. And yeah, it's pretty easy, pretty nice, however you want to do it. So PrimeWeld Cut 60, like it. It is available at PrimeWeld's Amazon store, or you can check out PrimeWeld.com, whichever you choose to do so. I will put both links in the description. First one will be PrimeWeld's Amazon store, and the second one will be PrimeWeld's website. They have just a few more things as far as consumables on their website than what they have on their Amazon store. One other thing they are starting to carry too, I just don't have it on there because of video purposes tonight. I wanted both machines to be able to be seen. This is the TIG 225, and this is, like I said, the Cut 60. This is for the TIG 225. They do have covers out now, so it's got a nice little pouch on the side that you can put your TIG torch in. So you want to make sure and check these out. Ask for them if you guys are going to pick up one of these units from PrimeWeld.com. Other than that, I think it's pretty much all I have. If you guys don't mind, hit that like button, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you have not already done so, and we'll see you guys in the next one.